from the dance floor to the balcony, what does this image conjure up for you when you see this? This was actually the best one I could find.
Think of New Orleans, and
New Orleans.
somebody's not having fun, is just observing out there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, Roberto. That's fair. Well, this is really about the role of the manager and thinking strategically. So when we're on the dance floor, if you think about it, as it's a metaphor, but breaking it down, when you're on the dance floor, you're in the weeds, you can only see what's in front of you, you don't have a global perspective. When you move up to the balcony, that's when your perspective changes. You're able to see who's dancing well together, who's struggling. You can see over the horizon and around the corners. And that's really what we talk about as the role of the manager. Your value to the organization is to be up on that balcony as often as you can. And people who struggle within the role of manager are often those who come from an individual contributor role, and they struggle with how much of my individual contributor activities do I hang on to? Won't my coworkers be upset with me if I don't contribute in that way? And we talk about, well, when you're up on the balcony, that's really where your coworkers want you to be. They want someone looking out for them, planning for them, thinking what's around the corner and making appropriate plans. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah.
So when you go up in the balcony, you suddenly have a different perspective, and that's really, it's just very, very valuable. How could you use this metaphor in your work, Lisa?
I think the biggest thing, I like the metaphor because I've always struggled with new managers, because they're always like, well, I need management training, and trying to help them have some perspective of how their role is changing and evolving. I struggle with metaphors, so I like this one.
Yeah, it's real simple, isn't it? Yeah. Roberto, how about you?
You know, I use it sometimes just on my, even working with clients and trying to not get into the too greedy conversation, too narrow, and more take a step back and maybe trying to see the whole picture, because sometimes I get lost into the problem and the drama. And so I need to step back and say, maybe there is something else here. So it's another balcony view that I can see.
And managers can also use that with their teams as a tool to talk about how to solve problems, right? Go up to the balcony, direct report, and tell me what you see that you can't see when you're in the problem. And really, I think it's the distinction between being emotional about something and attached to something and detaching when you go up into the balcony. So we use this for new managers and experienced managers. And it's very useful when talking about strategy, planning, and just leadership in general.